Hello, I'm Charlotte and this is how I made my track I'm Cooking Soup, but I'd rather be dancing. This track was featured in my recent EP, Sonic Voluntary Reflex, and also on BBC Introducing. The weather here in Scotland has been absolutely awful recently. One day I was in the kitchen cooking soup, lentil soup, and I was just thinking about how much I'd rather be in a warm country like Spain, probably dancing in a club. So of course I had to write something about that. A few days later I got the pots out of the kitchen, I came up with this beat. It was really important for the sound that the pots were on a soft surface, so I used the couch. I'm afraid the colanders didn't make a very nice sound, so they were ditched. I used percussion mallets to also give a softer sound. And this pot here was used just like a bass drum. I just brought up the bass frequencies on the EQ. I also paired this alongside a electronic drum machine, bass drum, just to give it more oomph because it wasn't cutting it. So with that little melody played in other pots, I compressed it and also just messed around with the EQ, bringing out the bass and cutting those higher frequencies a wee bit that were a little screechy. And then I played a bunch of other patterns too, which appear and overlap throughout the track, just to give it a wee bit of variation and all that. It's kind of like counterpoint with pots. For the voice I wanted it to sound quite digitalised and also for the lyrics to be slightly unrecognisable. I done some vocal chops with it and compressed it, added a little bit of reverb and done a vocal transformer on it. I basically done 3 tracks which I panned left, right and middle. I put the left one down 10 cents, the right one up 10 cents. It just helps with that whole surround sound thing. And of course I just had to add distortion because it's my favourite thing. And then during the middle you get that little cut to a little sort of rap. I tried to say it as fast as I could. It wasn't dictating very well, so I just spoke it and then sped it up. And then I pitched it up 7 semitones. Electronic instrument wise I added a bass drum, snare and also this EDM deep bass. It was brilliant. I feel like I was missing some stuff in the higher register, so I added this overlapping glockenspiel scale. Finally, I added what I like to describe as decorations to the track. One of the prominent ones, which I also used in metallic synthesis, was knife scraping. The most interesting one, which a lot of people don't know about, is a potato. Good old Tatty. They create such a crunchy, nice sound. Another very random one is when a pot squeaks on the hob. And I EQ'd that to bring out the higher frequency, which I thought sounded really nice. So yeah, that's how I made my track I'm Cooking Soup, but I'd rather be dancing. You can listen to it on all streaming platforms now.